How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffle Rowlett and welcome back to a brand new video. So, Pokemon Unite is coming out very soon, and that means that quite a lot of new players will be hopping into the game and starting out for the first time. And as that, I thought it would be a good time to make a video talking about and covering what the best starter Pokemon choice is for Pokemon Unite. Now, what am I talking about? Well, basically, once you've installed Pokemon Unite, once you've launched a game and got into it for the first time, you'll be given the choice of one free Pokemon. Now, again, Pokemon in this game will be free. I mean, you'll just earn, points to essentially unlock them, but you'll be given one free Pokemon to play with. Now, these choices are the following 5. You've got Eldegoss, Snorlax, Pikachu, Charizard, and Talonflame. And now the question then is, which of these should you choose and which one is the best one? And we're going to go through that in order. We're going to be starting up with the worst option. So let's get into that. So we're starting up with the worst option and making our way upwards. So the worst one would have to be Snorlax. Now, none of these Pokemon are bad by any stretch of the imagination. They're all useful Pokemon, but we're going to simply go in order of who is less good, so to say. And in this case, it's definitely Snorlax. And this is especially for new players. Without having a good team, like group of teammates, right, to combo your moves with, you're not going to see a lot of usability or usefulness with Snorlax in particular. This is because Snorlax is essentially a defender, right? He's a defender, which means he's going to be a beefy boy. He's going to be a tanky. He's going to have big old bazingas, you know what I mean? And that can take a lot of damage, but he also has great crowd control with his yawn and his block move, and he can easily push enemies around with his block, making him perfect in a combo with something like Charizard, right? However, if you do not have good teammates that you can combo well with, then you are essentially left out to dry, and you're more or less just screwed, right? But on top of that, he doesn't deal a lot of damage to begin with, making other defenders better options that can deal far more damage and be far more useful. In this case, Crustle is a much better option all around, right? It's a more useful defender you can go for that'll be far more useful for you, but of course, that's not one of the options for the free Pokemon. So I'd say, unless you really want to play Snorlax or really want to play a defender in a more tanky role, then Snorlax is not worth it. If you want to play more DPS and stuff like that, there are better options, and overall, this is kind of a lower tier Pokemon because of the fact that, you really need to combo well with others. Next would be Eldegoss, the support starter. Now, this is the only real healer you will find in the game so far. It has incredible healing potential, and also its ultimate move or its Unite move, whatever you want to call it, however, is really powerful. But at the end of the day, it doesn't deal a lot of damage. So unless you are a supportive type of player and you want to specifically play support, then you will not see a lot of usability, and which most people, will then struggle with finding any usability with this Pokemon as your starter. So I'd only recommend going for Eldegoss if you're already planning to play support Pokemon in this case. Otherwise, it's honestly not worth it. I would honestly really say that otherwise, you shouldn't go for it. Eldegoss is really useful if you want to play a supportive Pokemon. Otherwise, if you don't like the support role, don't go for it. It will not be worth it in the long run, I'll be honest with you. Next up is Charizard, and now you might be confused. Wait a minute, Charizard's not top tier, number 1? No, actually not. So yeah, you might be surprised, but Charizard isn't the best option in this case, and is not the best starter. It's not a horrible Pokemon by any chance, but it's worse compared to the other options available here. And what am I talking about? Well, you have other options like Talonflame and Pikachu, which are much better. Now, what is Charizard? Well, it's an all-arounder, which means it's useful in a lot of different ways, right? It's got some range, it's got some close combat type stuff. You basically got a Pokemon here that can do quite a few different things. But at the end of the day, it's got, for the most part, good average damage, and overall, like, its ultimate recharges very quickly, so you will have it back very quickly. You will have the Unite move back really usefully and really quickly, and it's a good move, but overall, it's just not as useful as the other two. The other two are far more useful for you. They'll come in much more handy, especially something like Pikachu with a much stronger kit. But Charizard is by no stretch of the imagination useless. It's not the most worst thing ever. It's a decent Pokemon still. It's just not as good as the other two options, which make up far more and could be far more used. But then again, if you want to go for Charizard, it's still a usable Pokemon. It's still got good average damage, right, that you can use. It's got a decent, kind of ultimate. Biggest issue with it, it doesn't have a lot of CC. So if you want to have a lot of CC type stuff, you probably want to go something else if you want to have a lot of crowd control. Otherwise, Charizard is a useful Pokemon, but it's not the top pick here. So, at the number 2 place is going to be Talonflame. This is one of the top picks for this game across the board. We're talking across the board 100%, right? We're not talking just about, like, right now in general. This is just, like, according to the meta. Not just talking about starters, but just in terms of meta. This is one of the top picks you'll find. A lot of people are playing Talonflame. A lot of Talonflame players will be playing this game on release. A lot of people will be enjoying the use of this Pokemon, and that's because Talonflame has really good DPS and great mobility, which will allow you to escape and do a lot of, just escape a lot of situations, and also make you sort of able to catch up to enemies, right? I'm not really sure what to call it, but basically you'll be able to, like, you know, catch up to enemies. Also do kiting. If you can kite pretty well with this Pokemon, I would say, right? So overall, Talonflame is just really useful, okay? Across the board, this Pokemon takes the cake in terms of usability, and also the range is really useful as well on it. Basically, Talonflame is a top tier pick. The damage is good, the mobility is insanely good, so overall, Talonflame is a top tier pick, and if you want to go for like a ranged, you would probably go for Talonflame. I would say that would probably be your best choice. I'd argue you probably want to go Talonflame. It's one of the best ones you can probably go for out of the starters, but yeah, that's that pretty much. So finally, we have the best choice, and that seems to hands down be Pikachu. Now, why is Pikachu so great? Well, let's talk about that a little bit, shall we? So Pikachu itself, right, if we go through what it's like, well, basically, it has insane damage, okay? Insane damage, extremely high damage. It is also really easy to play. It's, like, not a very difficult Pokemon, and it's got, like, pretty long range as well, and also has a lot of crowd control, so you're gonna be able to stun people quite easily, you know what I mean? You've got, like, a broken, you know, ultimate move, or unite move. You've got a broken one, and on top of that, he's very fast. So Pikachu may need a nerf. A lot of people become, like, I've heard people complaining about it. I've seen people on Twitter saying, like, Pikachu's broken, Pikachu's broken, Pikachu's broken. Pikachu probably is broken, let's be fair, okay? So, again, like I said, you got the long range, you got the broken unite move, you got the CC, like, the crowd control effects, and just in general, like, you just have a lot of stuff to deal with, you know what I mean? Like, this thing is going to be really powerful, and if anything, it's actually better in long range than Talonflame, which I consider the kind of long range Pokemon, but essentially it's even more close combat. It's really strange to even say, but Pikachu is going to be insane in this game. I'm just saying, okay? Pikachu's going to be insane. Overall, you'll see a lot of usability for it. Most people seem to be playing it bot lane, as far as I understand. Seems like the best area to kind of go for it because of that range, right? And if you combo it with another Pokemon, that could be pretty well off. If you have a support with you, that could work really well. I'm not sure how Pikachu would work with something like Snorlax, but it'd be cool to see a combo of those two, maybe. You know, see how that would work. It seems like people be suggesting Snorlax and Charizard as a combo more, but overall, though, this is a top-tier pick. Pikachu is the best option, and out of all of them, out of all the starters, Pikachu is the best starter for Pokemon Unite. It's the hands-down best one, and it's the one you should go for if you want to have the highest damage, the best mobility, essentially, and I mean, like, you'll be super fast as well. You know, just in general, your speed is going to be incredible, and I didn't mention this earlier, but Talonflame is a speedster, so it's great for mobility and all that, and chasing down enemies and things along those lines, whereas Pikachu is a attacker, which makes its damage really high, and of course, it's a more squishy, but because of its, you know, CC, so its stun abilities, you know, its crowd control, and on top of that, the fact that it's really easy to sort of play, and you can just kind of, you know, poke enemies from distance with its, like, long-range moves, makes it really useful to use. So that's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Do you disagree with this list? If you do, let me know in the comment section down below why. And that's pretty much it. A big thank you to Rodrigo for helping me put this video together. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. I will see you all in the battlefield on Unite, which is launching on the 21st of July, which is tomorrow from when I'm recording this video. So I'll see you all then. I'll be live streaming. There's going to be a link down below for that live stream when we're going live. So I'll see you all there. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy Pokemon Unite. See you later.